Hello everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through the process of using Piktochart, which you'll be using for your infographic regarding the 5 themes of geography. So first thing obviously you want to do is you want to go to piktochart.com. Make sure you spell that correctly. And you'll come here to this page, and you may already have an account, but I doubt it. But if you do, you'll use that. If you don't, you want to sign up. And you'll come to this screen, and we want to sign up using Google because we want to use our school issued Google account, which is what you use to log into everything school related. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And I've already created an account, so this pops up for me, but it's going to ask you what account you want to use, and you're going to use your school account again. And when you open yours up, yours will be blank, right? You'll have nothing because most likely you've never done this before. I have a couple of different assignments in here that I've worked on in the past, so I'm going to let you know that you will be allowed 5 free ones using this account. You might use this for other classes, and if you need this for other classes, you can always delete things that are older that you don't need anymore. So for this project, you're going to want to come over here, and we're going to create a new project. And this site has a lot of different options, but what we're going to do is create an infographic. And when you create that, it's going to show you this page, and it's going to show you a lot of different templates. Right? These are just some basic templates that you could look at for your project, and if you saw one you like that you think could work, feel free to use it. If there's not one that's already there that you like, that'll work for you, probably a lot of you are just going to use start from blank. So let's go ahead and do that. And here we have the blank canvas, right? Nothing on it. And I'm just going to walk you through some of the features that you can put into your infographic. So first thing here you see on the left side is the graphics button, and it gives you some options such as shapes. And you can enter in, basic shapes, stars, circles, hearts, triangles, whatever you feel like. Or you can look at color if they have it, or monochrome like these are. And let's just say, let's install a star in here. Put that up there in the corner. And if you don't like that color, you can go ahead and you can change the color. All right, let's make it this nice kind of greenish, seafoam greenish color. All right, you can always change the color. All right. It also offers you some other categories, right, like agriculture or education or entertainment, foods and drinks, general geography, right? So maybe you want to add a globe or something in here as an item, right? You can put that up there in the corner as well, right? So you can find all kinds of different icons, right? So that's one place to start. You want to add some fun stuff to your poster. It has some interesting illustrations, mostly of people, okay? But it has some other scenes and things like that. And maybe one of these fits the theme that you're trying to convey in your presentation. So there you go. You can add in lines, right? You want to add in a line, maybe you want a dashed line of some kind, or maybe you want to change that to a solid line, or maybe a dotted line, okay? So you can do things like that, and you can spin it. Maybe you want to use this as a way to divide one side from the other, right? And you can make that as long as you want, stretching down as far as you'd like it to be, okay? So, keep that in mind, right? You might find that helpful, all right? Now, for this, you can put photos in, right? They have some default photos which are already uploaded into the system that you could use, right? And maybe something here fits for what you'd like. You know, maybe this is something that is of interest to you, right? You could put that in there, and then you want to, you know, shrink it down to fit more into what you're trying to do. Okay, I'm going to delete that for now. Don't need that. Now you also, if you don't want to do that, maybe you want to put one of your own pictures in there, and you want it to have kind of a funky shape, or maybe like a funky background. For example, let's say you're going to put this in your background. What you could do is a photo maybe you've downloaded, or maybe it's a photo you've taken yourself, who knows. You can, I'm going to take this picture of Chinatown, and I'm going to pull it and drag it into the frame, and it's now become part of the poster, right? You can see that it's part of the poster in the background, all right? So that's something you might choose you want to do. That's a very cool looking thing, but maybe it doesn't work for everybody, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and undo that, take that out. Let me delete this for the time being, all right? So those are all the graphics we have available to us, okay? So use those, be creative, use those to what you think was necessary for your presentation. Next, we're going to look at some design components, and you can add lists of things, right? You know, these cool template looking things. You know, maybe they're useful for you in this, maybe not, okay? There's timelines, and then they have comparisons. Maybe this would be something that you would find valuable during this project, all right? Maybe something like cats versus dogs, all right? That's a template that you have available to you that you then can adapt to meet what you want, okay? So maybe I shrink this down a little bit, and I adjust it onto my page here, all right? And now I can edit the text, right? I would change this to maybe my 2 states, right? I would change this image here, and then I would update these different categories, right? These would maybe be my themes, right? And how they fit each theme for each state, okay? So that's something that's available to you. And again, you can edit all of this stuff, right? You want to change the color, right? Maybe you don't like that color, maybe you like the blue color for a dog, right? Or maybe you want to edit the circle, okay? Why am I doing that? All right. You could edit the colors all you want to meet what you want it to be, okay? So play around with that, all right? Now, you can upload your own images, okay? So in order to do that, you know, let's say for example, you want to upload this image, all right? Well, you're going to want to save that image to wherever you save them on your computer, all right? Then you're going to go back to Browse Images, and then find that image that you want to upload. And then when you're ready to put it into your infographic, you just click on it. And it will upload. Sometimes it takes longer than others. And then you just resize it to fit wherever you want it to be. All right. So that would be a picture that you could upload into your infographic. Now it also allows you to change the background. Okay. Now this is just a plain white background. All right. I could change that color, right? Maybe you don't want it to be solid white. Maybe you want it to be a nice light pink, okay? Or maybe a lime green, or a bright orangish color. Your choice. But it also lets you do customizable backgrounds, right? For example, maybe I like these stars as my background, and That didn't work out the way I expected. There we go. How about polka dots? All right, polka dots. And you can make them darker, or you can lighten them up in the background. That's what they call opacity. All right. Maybe like these cool hexagons. Right. You can darken those up too. All right. So there's all kinds of things you can play around with as backgrounds, but you don't want to make your background too busy, or it might take away from the information that you're trying to portray. Okay. And you can see that it changes the background for the entire page. All right. All right. Text. All right. What's cool about these is they can give you text frames. Right. You can give you special little things that you could then customize. Right. You know, maybe you want to have a cool looking title page. Right. Up here at the top. And I'm going to type in the 5 themes. I'm going to customize this. All right, so now I have a cool looking title page, right, for my infographic. Okay, and you can change the size. You know, there's a title. This is just the main body part of the presentation. Okay. Color scheme, we're not going to worry about that because we don't have anything selected, right? But you can click on your different, you know, certain infographic templates you use will allow you to change the basic color schemes, but for creating something of your own, it typically doesn't let you do that. Okay. Now go down to tools, and this is something you're going to want to really pay attention on. Okay. You're supposed to put a map into your presentation, right? So you go to tools, click on maps. All right. Now you could look at different regions, right? You can look at North America, South America, Europe, etc. Or you can search for specific countries. United States. Okay. Now here's what's cool about this, right? Oh. Try that again. Now you're comparing two different states. So let's say you wanted to compare California and Texas, right? I can click I can edit this map, excuse me. I can click on that state, California, and I can change the color to make it stand out. All right, I'm going to make it red so that it pops. All right, and then I'm also going to click on Texas. I'm going to make that red as well. All right, just so that it's, you know, those really stand out, and people will know that's where those two states are. And I'm going to go ahead, and if you don't like this color for these, you know, the rest of the states, you can always change the map color, right? You can always change it to something else. Okay. So now I can insert that map. Okay. And you know, now I want to reposition that map down below a little bit. All right. And now I have a map in my presentation. Okay. And if I want to edit it, right, I can just click on it and I'll be able to update it again. All right. Now, what happens if you get down here and you need a little bit more space, right? You need a little bit more room. Okay. Well, what you can do is you can add a block, right? And that extends your infographic a little bit further, right? Keeping that same theme that you've already chosen throughout. Okay. Now, I would recommend keeping the same theme as you go throughout. You don't want to be changing visuals as you're moving from one thing to the next. Keep the visuals consistent, right? It keeps it all with the same message. It doesn't confuse the reader, all right? So then you can, add in, more text if you want, or, add in a new design component or some new graphics or pictures or whatever it is that you're trying to do. Okay. All right. So just play around with it, have fun with it, be creative, right? There's no right way to do this as long as you're meeting the criteria put forth in the assignment, right? Now here's where it gets a little tricky, okay? Always take a moment every couple minutes to save it, just to make sure that you don't lose any valuable work that you've done. Okay. Now, when you're all finished, take a moment to preview it, okay? And it will give you a chance to look at everything that you have done for your presentation, okay? Now, here is really the most important piece, okay, in terms of turning this in to Google Classroom, all right? You're going to click Download, okay? You want to make sure the file format is PNG, okay? Quality can be normal, and then you're going to click Download as PNG. Okay. All right. And then I can look at that, right? And obviously I can make it bigger based on what's going on there. Okay. All right. So I can look at that and see what's going on with the infographic. All right. Now, once I'm ready to turn it in, I'm going to go back to my downloads. Right. That's the right? That's the visual I just created. Okay. I'm going to go to Google Classroom and I'm going to upload this here to the assignment on Google Classroom. And I'm going to hit the Submit Turn In button. Make sure you hit Submit Turn In, or it will not be considered turned in on time. All right. It's very, very important that you do that. All right. So that's the basics of using Piktochart. It's actually a really great creative tool that we have at our disposal. Sure, if you have any questions, you contact your teacher so they can help guide you through anything that might be of issue. Thank you very much for your attention, and good luck.